Chapter 636. Everyone was feeling shocked, but Wilbur let out a shout. His thunder cleaver lit up with lightning and a silver-colored flame, slashing right down at the figures. The figures shouted out at the same time, "How dare you!" The chains and the pitchfork descended on Wilbur. Their weapons were suddenly enveloped in gray spiritual flames, and many runes materialized around them. A strong wave of energy started to envelop Wilbur. Wilbur could feel that the weapons the two figures were holding could harm his spirit too. The moment he was locked in by them, or hit at all, his spirit would be attacked directly. A normal cultivator would absolutely not have been able to stand up to it, so as he attacked, he added his own spirit power to his thunder cleaver. Facing a spirit attack, the best way to counterattack was with your own. Then, it would depend on who was stronger. Wilbur suddenly made 2 slashes, using his full might as he attacked the apparitions. He did not seem to care about their descending weapons at all. It seemed like he was prepared to hurt himself to attack them. However, those 2 apparitions were just Sullivan's summons, or existences that solidified through secret techniques. Even if he eliminated them, Sullivan would not be hurt that much. However, what would Wilbur do if he was hit by those attacks? The dozen over ambience level cultivators there could not help but feel anxious for Wilbur. In a flash, Wilbur's cleaver slashed into the apparitions, and the apparitions' weapons descended on Wilbur as well. There was a smile on Sullivan's face. Meanwhile, the 2 apparitions disappeared under the lightning. However, a massive wave of spirit energy shot out, assaulting Wilbur's soul. It was like a crazed ghost that would not be stopped. That attack could not be seen at all, but the intensity of it was no less than a full power attack by a sanctuary-level cultivator. However, at that moment, Wilbur's tremendous spirit started to activate. In his mind, a surge of silver flames poured forward. That gray energy that was attacking Wilbur's soul disappeared, not a trace remaining. Then, Wilbur took a step forward. Everyone saw that Wilbur had not been injured, and even took a step forward. They let out loud cheers. Sullivan's expression started to turn serious. He changed up his spells as he shouted, "Young man, it's great that you stepped into the sanctuary level at such a young age, but if you don't use your domain, then death awaits." Wilbur did not say anything as he quietly stepped forward. His thunder cleaver had spiritual flames around them, and the sound of thunder crackled. Sullivan put his hands together, shouting, "Ghost World!" Suddenly, the cloud of spiritual energy above his head started to rotate slowly, letting out shocking spiritual pressure. 30 meters around him, 10 gray pillars of light rose out from the ground. On those pillars were countless runes, burning brightly with spiritual energy, causing the wind to howl. At the same time, 10 hellish figures appeared on those pillars. Those 10 figures had a cold look on their faces. They were 5 meters tall and wore ancient official clothing. They had various weapons in hand, and all started to attack Wilbur. That was Sullivan's domain, the Ghost World. He could summon 10 lords of hell at the same time, turning any opponent to dust. His domain was filled with the aura of death. It assaulted the life force of any cultivator. Even Wilbur started to feel pressured. However, he managed to hold on thanks to his immense physical ability. At that moment, 10 lords of hell attacked at the same time. The aura of death within his domain was incredibly heavy. Wilbur's breathing started to turn heavier as well, and even his internal spirit felt like it was being pressured. It was his first time feeling a domain posing an actual threat to him.